Well, hello friends. How is everybody today on this nice cold day? I don't know how it is where you are, but it is literally freezing here. We had well, they call it a blizzard, but it lasted about a day, and we had like anywhere from 50 to 70 mile an hour winds here, and it was rain and ice and snow. It was just nasty. And everything froze. The kids don't even have school today. And it was cold. It felt like 20 below zero out there. Anyway, I suppose you're looking at all this. Yeah, yesterday I did 13 quarts. Remember on my last video, on my last chit chat, I showed you where I got the turkey for 67 cents a pound? Well, let's just say the turkey didn't. I didn't cut it up. I wound up roasting it. And then I deboned it and put all that in the freezer. And I, did some lunch meat. Not anything fancy. I just cut it up so we could have it for lunch meat. And then I vacuum sealed it and I froze it. But I took the carcass and I made turkey broth. Wonderful. And I spent most of the day yesterday doing that. And I got like 13 quarts. I just haven't put it away yet. I just washed all my jars up real nice. It really is a pretty color. I love broth. I make it for my mother all the time. She goes through it like crazy. I hope you all got your tea. I know a lot of the comments, the big thing in YouTube land is the comments that are being disabled on videos with minor children in them. It's a big thing, a big thing. Just Google it and you'll read all about it. I personally am not mad. I just hope that they get things under control and they get the advertisers to come back in, because so many of us, we rely on this to help us keep our videos going. You know, that little few pennies that we get from advertising. So I just hope that they come up with a solution quick that will bring our advertisers back and that will protect our children from predators. That's all I'm going to say about it, because it really is a controversial topic, and I'm just bearing with it. Do what I've got to do to comply. There was never anything, I never had any problem on my channel of anything like that. Maybe, the one video that I had where my granddaughter was licking the spoon every time I turned around. I mean, that pissed a lot of people off, and I'm sorry, but you know what, kids will be kids. But there was never any comments that I deemed as that I thought was bad or from a pedophile or anything like that. So I wasn't worried about that. But in the meantime, because that's a big scare, I won't have my grandbabies on camera, and I know you all will understand that. We must protect our children. So I'm not going to say anything more about that other than YouTube will get it under control. They've got it under control. They reacted quick, and they may have overreacted, but you know what? They did what they had to do to stop it. That's all that matters to me. So no more to be said about that. The comments, it's a temporary thing. They will come back. In the meantime, if you really need to ask me a question, or if the comments are disabled on a certain video that you got a question on, just either shoot me an email. My email's down there in the description box, or come over to my Facebook page, Little Village Homestead, and you can instant message me there. I'll be more than happy to answer either way. And some of you have my personal phone number. Call me if you want. Call me anytime. Okay, I got a package in the mail. And how awesome is this? I gotta get my cheaters on. Country Quilts. Oh, I'm so excited to see what this is. I went out to the mailbox today because she sent me a message and said, there's a package for you waiting at the post office. And I said, oh boy, I'll go get it. So I fired up the car, got it warmed up. Oh, it's just icier than I'll get out outside. Okay, let's see. This is taped up really good. Let's see where I can get this. I don't know what's inside of it, so I don't want to cut too much. Okay. Oh my, I haven't even opened this yet. Oh, look at these. Oh my goodness. These are absolutely beautiful. Look at those gorgeous, gorgeous hot pads. Are those ever wonderful? And I got a card from her. Oh my gosh, machine, even how to machine wash and dry. How precious is that? I'm going to pan in on this so you can see it in just a minute. Oh. Country Quilts by Tina Burnham. Burnham. I hope I pronounced that right, Tina. Oh my gosh, these are absolutely gorgeous. Look at them. I love roosters. That is just wonderful. How beautiful those are made. Look at that. Okay. Saw your YouTube video on Amish casserole. I like to send... Aw, she said it as a thank you. Aw, bless her heart. Well, I'm going to give every... Oh, this one is a magnet for my refrigerator. How lovely is that? Okay, hold on tight because I'm going to pan around. I gotta set this down here. I don't want to get rid of that because I always got to send my thank you cards. I love this. I'll put that right there so I don't lose that. Okay, hold on just a second. I'm going to turn the camera off and I will be back. Okay, aren't these gorgeous? With the roosters on the front. Look at how beautiful work. Look at that beautiful work and the little handles on them. They're absolutely beautiful, Tina. Absolutely. I just love these. And you can just put them right in the wash machine, and that's, it tells you machine wash and dry. Isn't that cute? See if you can see that. Machine wash and dry. Okay, here is her card. They've got, let me read it through here. They've got burp claws. Let's see. Burp claws, quilts. I can't read it when I'm doing that. Burp claws, quilts, wine bags, carry bags, pot holders, your choice of colors, printables, and fabrics, log cabin patterns, 9 patchwork patterns, and more. Check us out on Facebook. They accept checks, money orders, and PayPal. And she's out of New York. Oh, you guys can order these. Look at that. Okay, let me get this down here so that you can... You know what? I'll put it in the bottom of the description box too. There's her card. And I'll put it in the... I'll put a link to her in my description box. How lovely is that? I love those. Thank you, Tina, so much. That is wonderful. Let me see here. I got to make sure I'm not going to cut my head off when I sit down. I absolutely... that's not right. I absolutely love these. Wait till my mother sees these. And I just cut my head off again. Oh, that. We'll get it. Okay. Wait till I show my mother these. She's going to love them. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely. I'm going to put that on my... And I'm going to check that out too. Burp claws. Because my daughter, my new grandbaby, is going to be here in May. How neat would that be to give her a gift like that, handmade? Oh, I love it. I love these. Thank you so much. I will cherish these. Beautiful, beautiful. Absolutely. You'll see them hanging in my kitchen because I will use them. So anyway, other than that, not a whole lot going on. I did all my canning yesterday and my broth, and I didn't do a video because I do it all the time, and I've already got one up I think I already got one out. How'd y'all like those brownies? Isn't that a riot? Who would have thought you could make brownies that easy? But I did. I had that cake mix, and I thought, what am I going to make with this cake mix? I don't just want a cake. I want something more. So that's what I did with it. It turned out perfect. In fact, they're still in my freezer. I've got to get them out and wrap them up, and then I put them in a Ziploc bag and store them in there, which they never last long anyway. I think you could keep them up to about, probably 5-6 months in your freezer. Mine would last maybe a month when the kids find them. So next month, we're getting closer to spring. It's pushing the end of February. And you know what? We've already got a blizzard. We can consider this the end of February. There's only, 3 more days left of February? So, we got this blizzard. If we get another storm the beginning of March, like within the first week, that's what we consider March coming in like a lion, then it'll go out like a lamb. But vice versa. Last year was nuts. It went from winter to spring. We didn't have, or from winter to summer, we didn't have a spring. Hardly at all. But this year I guess according to Mr. Groundhog, we're going to get an early spring. Wouldn't that be nice? Doesn't look like it out there today. You look outside my window today and it looks like the Ice Age. It's cold too. It's terrible out there. Anyway, oh gosh, there's been all kinds of stuff going on. I did find a radiator to my friend who told me to go to rockauto.com. Oh my gosh, if you ever need auto parts, rockauto.com. Who would have thunk it? I got a radiator there. I just got to order it. But I got it all picked out and all ready. $80. Now, right down here, the local fix-it shop, they told me it'd be about $250 to $300 for a radiator. I'm like, what? You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. And then, when I had mentioned about that, like, oh man, it really ruined my day. Then my friend told me, oh, go to, I can't remember which one told me that. Maybe Kimberly from Tennessee, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I'm terrible at that, remembering stuff like that. Anyway, so I got it. I'm going to order it in the next couple days, and I'll have it. My son's like, as soon as it comes in, well, my son figured out which one I needed because he's the mechanic, and I just got to order it. And he said as soon as it comes in, he'll bring over his tools and he'll put it in. And I'm like, you're gonna freeze to death, I can wait. You don't have to do it right now. Oh my goodness, my tea tastes so good. I got cold outside, chilled right to the bone going to the post office, and the post office is 2 blocks away. It's a good thing I didn't walk because I'd be frozen to the pavement. Anyway, yeah, so that's good. I got the radiator. I'm going to order that in the next couple days. And my husband has worked in this every day. He didn't get a day off yet. He has worked every day. And then his job told him today, because he's regulated by the DOT because he's a driver. So they said, you got to take a 34-hour restart. You got to take a day off, buddy. And he's like, well, I'm not out of hours yet. But if anybody's ever been a driver, they say after 70 hours, you have to do a 34-hour restart. Okay, so with that, every day hours will fall off your log. Every day. So you might, it's not every 7 days you're going to get a day off. It's when you run out of 70 hours, which it happens at the worst possible times. So anyway, I think he might have tomorrow off. I'm not sure. But I got all kinds of honeydew. I got a big honeydew list. And, that's what I was going to tell you, too. I get these from my mom. My mom gets the Mother Earth News subscription. I love it. And I remember, gosh, was it last year? I had, when I hit 300 subscribers, I did a little giveaway. I was all excited that people recognized me or you know, found me on YouTube and liked what I was sharing. But anyway, I did a little giveaway at 300 subscribers, and the one thing that I gave away was a year's subscription to Mother Earth News. And I think I'll do that again next time I do a giveaway. And I'm going to wait, because the next time I do a giveaway, I'll be at 10,000 subscribers. And that's going to be, you know, I'm going to do a giveaway then. And right now I think I think I'm 7,000. I don't know. I have 77, 7,600, somewhere in there. I'm somewhere in there. But once I get to 10,000, I'll do another giveaway. And I'm going to do one of the giveaways will be a year's subscription to this. These are wonderful. I don't know if too many of you get them, but I absolutely love them. And my mother gave me this one because she knows I want to do a greenhouse. I want to do a small greenhouse. And I'll tell you, years ago, when my kids were little, I always had to be real crafty and, you know, think up good ways to make money. Well, I used to grow a huge garden. It was like an acre size. And I would can all our food, and I did all that. Anyway, I had this little tiny greenhouse. It was like a 10 by 10 with it was used wood. You know, the only thing that was new on it was plastic that I was able to afford from a place out of Grand Rapids for greenhouses. So I got the plastic. But I got the seeds and stuff, and, you know, I had that. And I thought, you know what? I always have such a big surplus of vegetables and stuff like that, and plants because I would start my own plants in my little greenhouse. And I got this brilliant, bright idea one day that I'm gonna sell some flats. I'll buy some flat inserts and I'll sell some flats, and, you know, maybe I could make a little bit of money on that. You know, a little extra money in the summer. Maybe it'll even provide for my garden for the following year, my seeds and all that stuff. Well, friends, I'll tell you what I can grow. I've got a green thumb. But anyway, out of that little 10 by 10 greenhouse that we put together, I had like 250 flats of plants. I was selling plants like hot bread. In my front yard, I had picnic tables in my front yard, and I had these plants, these flats of plants, flower flats, vegetable flats, and I was selling them for like, what was it, $7 at that point in time, maybe $7 or $8 a flat. Wasn't very much, but I was selling like crazy, and it went so well. And then after that, I thought, you know what, this worked out really good. So with that, the very same year, after my produce started coming in, I would can what I needed, and the rest I would just sell or trade, you know, for other stuff. But most of it I sold in my little roadside stand right in front of my house, right in my front yard. Let me tell you, friends, that was probably in 97, 98, I want to say 1997, 98. I made $4,000 in a few months between selling the flats and selling the produce. I was just literally enthralled. My kids had the brand new school clothes, nothing big and fancy, because, you know, I was still frugal, but oh my gosh, how nice that was. I could lay my head down at night and not, you know, sweat and worry how I was going to do something. Yeah, I was able to, and not only that, I had all that money to buy them their new school clothes at the end of the summer, because they worked their butts off helping me. I had enough money to completely, you know, replenish for my greenhouse for the next year, and I did that for quite a few years, and I did beautiful. But I told my husband, it's been a while, because when I went out driving in 2005, 2004, 2005 was the last time we did the garden. And, you know, the last year that I did my garden, I made enough money off selling plants and produce that I could buy. I bought a upright freezer, and I also bought a, you know, the vacuum sealers, the food savers or whatever you want to call them. I bought one of them, and then there was enough money for the next year's garden. But then I went out driving semi, and I haven't had a greenhouse or nothing like that since. So I told my husband, I said, I want a greenhouse so bad. And my mother knows I want a little greenhouse. And I said, you know what? I don't need nothing huge. A 10 by 10 would be just fine for me because, you know, I'll do the same thing. Not only that, but when I had that greenhouse, I did my own compost. And let me tell you people, I sold compost like you wouldn't believe. I sold it by the barrel loads, bagfuls of compost I would sell. Sometimes I would take them to trade. A lot of times with my one neighbor who had the bean fields, because he sold all his beans to Stokely's down in, oh, I don't even know where they are anymore, down in Holland, I think they are. Anyway, he'd sell all his bean fields. He grew beans for Stokely's. I would take like a bushel of my Roma tomatoes because his wife was an avid canner too, and I would go trade him tomatoes for green beans. And then, not only that, but after it was all done and over, I'd get to go through and, you know, just see if there was anything left on the plants, glean the field. It was nice. I used to get quite a bit. But I did trade a lot. But I want another greenhouse. And it's not a matter that I can't afford it. It's just I need my husband to help me build it. But my mother, that's why she gave me this Mother Earth news. She says, build an upcycled greenhouse. I'll show you an upcycled greenhouse. You should have seen mine. It was hilarious. I had barnwood, 2x4s. The door was an old, it was an A-frame. I wish I had a picture of it. You guys would just die laughing. You'd never believe in a million years that I made that kind of money out of that little bitty greenhouse. But I did. I sold my produce. I sold my plants. I sold flower flats. I sold compost. And at that point in time, I had like 40 laying hens. So I had eggs coming out my wazoo. So I would sell eggs too. And plus I still worked full time, mind you, a couple different jobs. So I did very well, but boy, it was wonderful. And I loved it. This year I want a little greenhouse out here. Same thing, about a 10 by 10, you know, because I can sell, because I'm home full time now. And all I do is my YouTube and sell my cookbooks. And so I'd like to be able to sell some produce in the summer, you know, at the fall, and sell some plants, you know, some flower flats and some vegetable flats. And I also plan, and I did tell you before that, I also plan for a small, we want to build a small chicken coop. And I wouldn't mind building a chicken tractor because, you know, when you have your chickens and they poo in your yard, shh, that's terrible. It's the best thing for your grass ever, I'm telling you. And with a chicken tractor, you can pull it all around your yard and fertilize it. When I had those 40 laying hens, I had like golf course grass. It was the greatest thing ever. But geese, you step in that. No, thank you. Them things are loud, obnoxious, and they poop big piles. I don't do that. Chickens are good. So I want to get about, anywhere from 6 to 8 laying hens, you know, and I'll get them young and raise them up. My son, I think he's back up to about 30 chickens now. He's because he keeps all the chickens over at his house. But we can have chickens in the village. They just don't like you to have roosters because, you know, your neighbor might complain. But there's probably about 3, 4, 5 families here in the village that have roosters and nobody complains. I love to hear them roosters. Doesn't bother me at all. But anyway, this upcycled greenhouse, it's kind of cute. And I was trying to find in here where it was. But people always ask me how, you know, what are... And somebody requested that I do a pantry chit chat. Well, I'll find it later. But somebody requested that I do a pantry chit chat on ways you can make money out of your home. And there's some ways you can. I mean, it takes work, and some of them take a little extra money depending on where you live. Like I used to, it didn't cost me any money because I fell under the cottage law here in Michigan. You can sell baked goods out of your own personal kitchen as long as you don't sell meat or nuts or anything that, can really go rancid. So I used to sell the jumbo cookies and cinnamon rolls and breads and stuff like that. And you fall under the cottage law with that. So you don't have to have a separate kitchen. Because in Michigan, it used to be you could get your own personal kitchen licensed. And then you could, mix and mingle your personal kitchen and bake stuff and sell, whatever, or do jerky, whatever you want to do. Now you can't do that. Now you have to have two separate kitchens, one that you use for your personal and one that you use for your business. So there's not too many people around that have two kitchens in their house. I mean, how I wish, I would love it. I've got my guest bedroom over on the other side of my house. How I would love to be able to turn that into a kitchen, or even a little bit in my downstairs. That's like a dungeon, though. I don't really want to do that. But anyway, so I'd sell stuff under the cottage law, and you can do that. Some states require a license. You just have to check. There's other people that will just do like a bake sale a couple times a year, in the summertime, and sell, like when you have a yard sale, sell bake stuff. But your best bet, if you want to make a little extra money, and you do have a homestead, if you have two kitchens, get one licensed, because then you can sell home canned goods, you can sell soups, you can sell jams, jellies, all that kind of stuff, and people will buy it. Baked goods, everything. You could make pizzas and sell them, you can do breads, you can sell a lot of stuff. If you got a nice yard on your homestead, you can do your little greenhouse. You can sell the plants. You can sell produce. You can sell flower plants, the vegetable flats, flower flats, and sell your produce in the summer or in the fall as it starts to come out. Oh gosh, you can have some chickens. You can sell your chicken eggs. You can raise meat chickens and sell meat chickens. I've done that before. I did a lot of the stuff that I did had mostly to do with farming. I'd sell, eggs, and my greenhouse was my biggest thing. And but there's things you can do. I mean, right now, and even if you don't have a homestead, which I don't have a whole lot of land, but I've got a spare bedroom right now. So I told you that a lot of times I will do home care, in-home care. And I used to do that quite a bit when we come in off the road from driving. But I'm not doing that anymore, because you know what? They absolutely, they use and abuse you, and these companies will run you ragged. And they have cheated me out of pay. I'm done with it. I'm done with them. So I went to not really a local company, but I've got a contract to do home care and I don't want to say babysitting, because that's kind of belittling, but caring for elderly or disabled like that. And I can do this in my home. I don't have to have a license. I can be contracted through them, and I can do it right out of my home too. So I can go to their home or do it out of mine. So I do that too. So that brings in, a little extra money for me too. Plus my husband is the main breadwinner, and so I've got him too. And I'm very frugal. I'm very, very, very frugal. You can call me a tightwad. That's all right. I am. Gotta say. But there is a lot of things you can do out of your home. These ladies, look at this. This is gorgeous. This is another thing you can do out of your home. Just look at how beautiful that is. If you can crochet and sew and make stuff, you could sell it like hot bread. People will love this. This beautiful gift she sent me. Now, I see on here, and she sent me the card, and it's like, you know what? I'm sure she didn't send me for this reason, send me this gift for this reason. She sent me this gift out of the kindness of her heart. But I'm seeing what she's got on this card, and it's like, yeah, I'm going to be calling you because I need your homemade or your burp claws for my new grandbaby. I'm going to buy some from her. So that's, you can do stuff like that too. There's a lot of things you can do. I don't trust, oh God, these places that say, oh, do surveys and we'll pay you. Forget it. That's my opinion. Forget it. You'd be better off going out and getting a job, because forget it. I don't know. I don't even say any more about that. It's just not good. Mystery shoppers. Nope. Never had luck with that. Don't want nothing to do with it. And I'll do my own thing, my own home. I mean, you could even, I've weeded gardens for people. I've went in, for elderly people or people that, just can't really do a whole lot, that they need to hire somebody to do weed their flowers or help them plant their flowers or whatever. And sometimes companies, they've got a lot of overhead, so they've got to charge a pretty penny to be able to keep themselves in business. Where you as a sole person, you can jump in your car, go over there, help them weed their flower garden, plant their vegetables, whatever, and make a few pennies. I've done that. Raked yards, walk dogs, watch dogs, listen to dogs, and had dogs poo in my yard. Oh, that makes me angry. When somebody's walking across your yard and their dog does their business and they just keep right on walking. It's like, hey, you're forgetting something. It's not the woods. If they poo in the woods, that's all right. But not in the yard where my grandbabies are going to step in it. Enough about poo. I'm on a poo kick today. I must be. Chicken poo, dog poo. Anyway, so I don't know if you'll be able to leave any comments on this video. And if not, that's okay, because it's only going to be temporary. So the videos or the comments will be up and running, I hope soon. But until that, you'll be able to make a comment when they're up and running. I think they just disabled comments, though, solely for videos that have children in them. But there are some channels out there that have had all their comments disabled because they tend to have children. So, like me, I've got one, somebody said my pasty one was disabled. Well, that's because my grandbaby's right in the front of that video. You'll see in our opening introduction, she's right in that video. You might not have seen her through the rest of the video, but she's right there. So that's why they just did what they had to do, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and I respect them for it. So I'm not going to do any more videos today, and I am also taking tomorrow off because I'm just going to do a couple things here, and I'm not going to be doing any videos. So today, this is the video you're going to get. I'll now smile. Tomorrow, there won't be any videos up. Wednesday, I'll start back in again. I just need a day off, friends. I've got cabin fever that won't quit. I'm just itching to get outside and do something. But you go outside and you freeze to death. By the time you get to your car, you change your mind. It's like, oh, yeah, it isn't even worth it. And, but yeah, no, it's too cold to do anything. So I'm in the house and I'm like stir crazy. Your house can only get so clean, okay? You can only bake so many cakes in a week. You can only do so many videos, Oh, that's, speaking of which, I'm going to show you a little trick too here, probably, maybe next week. It might be next week. Maybe the end of the week. I'm going to show you how I do some seed starters. I'm going to show you how I start a lot of my seeds. And you'll get a kick out of it. You'll like it. It's kind of fun. But that's what I'm going to do, because, you know, I can start a few seeds in the house, and, you know, you just keep an eye on them, and then you'll have some nice, beautiful plants for your outside. And you can even, you know, once you're, like tomatoes, you get a couple of nice big tomato plants that, you know, are well on their way to growing by the time growing season, or by the time you're able to put them outside, you know, to avoid the frost. You put them, you start them, and then you put them in another container, and they're going to be a good size by the time they get outside. And it's wonderful. You get more fruit out of them that way. So, or they produce more. Anyway, so with that, I think I've jib-jabbed enough, and not much more going on. I'm not canning anything this week. I'm really not doing much of anything this week, except battling a headache. I've had a headache for 2 days. Not one that's debilitating, just a nagging, hanging on headache. And it's like, okay, it's my sinuses, I'm sure. It's my allergies, it's got to be. Because my whole side of my face burns. And I'm sure that's what it is. And it causes a headache. So, but anyway, I'm just going to take tomorrow off. The rest of today and tomorrow off. And I'm just going to relax. Tomorrow I'm not just going to relax. I just need a day off. I'm going to work on my Homestead Living book tomorrow, because I want that to be done by April. And I have got so much more to go through and put into it. So I got to start dedicating a day or two a week to getting that, you know, get that done. And for those of you who are maybe seeing this for the first time, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you come to visit. I hope you enjoy the chit chat. But I want to let you all know that I do have my cookbooks for sale. You, in the bottom of each in the description box under each of my videos, I have a link to the cookbooks if any of you are interested in purchasing them. And you know, they were running a sale, and I said, hey, they're 25% off, and then somebody come through and said, well, it doesn't work. Oh, I was just angry. Why would you run a sale and tell me that? Give me the code so I can pass it on, and then it doesn't work. That's irritating. But anyway, I did it, and I ordered an extra couple cookbooks. And I got the 25% off of my share, so I don't know why it didn't work for the other. But anyway, whenever it comes up, because I don't do the sales, the printers do. They offer the, you know, percentage off or whatever they're promoting at that time. But whenever it comes up for sale, I will always let you know. And I'll always give you the code that you can use for the sale. But anyway, so the link is there under my video if you're interested in buying one. It helps me. It helps to bring a little extra money in for me so that I can keep doing what I'm doing. And I'm having a ball, by the way. So, and the cookbooks are selling, you know, they're selling nicely. And I thank you all for your support. Thank you so much for your support. It's wonderful. And we'll get through this with YouTube. I know this is going to cause some of our you know, those of us who rely on the revenue, it's gonna cause our revenue to reduce a little, and it's gonna slow down our growth a little. But hopefully it won't be for that long. But anyway, it's for a good cause. It's to protect our children. So let's all not be mad at YouTube. Let's give them a chance to get done what they need to get done, and think about the children. And get the pedophiles. They don't even belong in YouTube. Get them out of here. I can't even comment on it because I just, it wouldn't be nice. So, anyway, I'm a nice person, really. So you all, thank you so much. And thank you, Tina, for these. These are wonderful. I'm going to put your link I'm going to put her link to her website. I think that's what it is, a website where you can check out her stuff. I'm going to put that in the description box below this video. Go check it out. You know, if you want to order something from her, send her some love. Order something that's wonderful. they're beautiful and they're thick and they're gorgeous. I just love them. Absolutely. So, there you have it, friends. Another chit chat. And I will see you not tomorrow, but Wednesday. Thanks for watching.